The Detroit Pistons, they defeat the Portland Trailblazers 118-115. Cade Cunningham, big game, 32 points, 9 assists, man, 6 rebounds. They moved to 500. Let's go. What up, though, Coach Casey? Hey, we about to go to the press conference and talk about it. Let's go. Come on, man. Talk about being fired up. Fired up, man. Those Detroit Pistons, KG. Those Detroit Pistons,
they keep
KG.
working, bro. They keep working.
Man, look, they played, in my opinion, that was a character win last night. That was the one. I was in the media with several people. Sean Murphy from Half Court.
Shout out.
Eric Vincent, Clutch Points.
Another shout out.
Shout out to Hunter Patterson from The Athletic. Omari Sankofa from the Free Press. Keith Langlois, Pistons.com. Johnny Kane, FanDuel Sports. Everybody's in the building. Our guy, Cody Davis, Detroit News. Matt Issa, Forbes.com. Hey, no, we had a powwow last night. Everybody was out last night. It was an awesome feeling, and everybody was like, you know what? Last year, that's a loss for these Detroit Pistons. But we're going to get into it. It's your boy, Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter and writer. Decked out in the Cade Crusader shirt. And we got KG.
Yes, sir.
Detroit's #1 draft pick. You already got that Rookie of the Year up on your mantle.
Yep.
I hear that the votes are coming in that you're going to be probably Woodward Sports MVP this year.
I don't know. It's looking good,
we
man.
We got to get through the season.
I'm just here to play, man. I'm just going to come out here and leave it on the field.
Hey, man. Hey, just your quick thoughts real quick on the Pistons. Say what up, though, to the Wake Up Woodward chat family. Y'all are the most important part of this thing.
Yes, sir.
Victory show again.
First off, wake up out of your sleep. And y'all need to wake up out of y'all sleep on these Pistons, bro. They just keep going out there. They keep fighting. Last night, I didn't think the Trailblazers were going to give them that much work, man. Like, they easily could have lost this game. But the resilience of this team to be able to weather the storm, performances we'll point out individually in a second. But, man, Cade, he's just on another level right now, bro. On another level, bro.
Man.
He is absolutely, like, everything that you could have asked for in your future superstar, he gave to you, man. So, shout out Cade. Shout out the Pistons. We're going to get into it.
Bro, it is so awesome to know, like as a hooper, you know, we all like, yo, we're ball knowers.
Yeah.
All of us. Before we're here, while we're here, other people out there, you guys are ball knowers, whether we agree or disagree. And it was just something about studying Cade's tape during the draft session. And the only other player that I like during these sessions like that I got really, really excited about for the situation to the Pistons, like, yo, we're going to have opportunity to draft this person, was Dalton Connect.
Yep.
But Cade was one that I was like, no, he's generational. And I told people earlier, I was like, yeah, I see the Cade stuff, but I think what people are missing is a little bit of that Devin Booker that he has too. How he can be an absolute mid-range assassin, but he needed the right coach to be able to, and the right vision from the front office to at least build the right foundation around him. And now you see just a little bit of that. Bro, they didn't even, just a little bit.
And you talking about mid-range. How about him from three-point land, bro?
Oh, yeah.
He's become a whole different player from beyond the arc.
Catch and shoot, he's always been good, but where he's starting to excel
he's
now. He's
pulling up now.
Is the pull-up.
Yeah, he's just giving it to him now. Pause.
Yep. Listen, man.
It's crazy.
What are you, the hammer or the nail?
Yeah.
Someone got to be doing the giving.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Somebody
right
got to do it. Kendrick
it's
voice.
All-Star Cade Cunningham. Hey, what up, though? Woodward Sports MVP, JB Smooth. What up, though, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Morning, everybody. I just thought that was wild what you said there. Somebody got to give it like, hey, yo.
Hey, somebody got to do it. Kendrick voice, man.
Somebody got to do it. But an impressive win from the Pistons last night. KJ, as you said, I wasn't expecting the Trailblazers to put up that huge of a fight, but I guess it's any given night in the NBA. But shout out to the Pistons once again. Cade is putting in work. Man, Cade Crusader. I can't say enough about Cade, bro. Put this man in an all-star game. Come on now.
It's a done deal. That's not a question anymore. Now the question is, which all-NBA team is he trending towards right now?
Yeah.
That's it right now. There is nothing else to deliberate about when you talk about all-star Cade Cunningham, man. You know what? Before we talk about that game, just really quickly, maybe this is some foreshadowing. Do you have the kicks, Mr. JB Smooth?
Oh, Cade's kicks.
We got to throw those up there. I think there's a little bit of foreshadowing here, KG. It's a double C, but it looks like a star. They ain't even announced this. His own logo. His daughter's name on the back. And please, can I cop the red and black ones? But dog,
it's a prototype. They getting him ready
for the official announcement.
Yeah, they getting him ready,
bro. Listen. I remember how I felt when Grant Hill. I was a young kid. I remember how I felt, and I'm like, dog, man, like this is the first time that I have felt that feeling about another player as it relates to like the kicks, the merch, the brand, the national star appeal. It's like Cade is on his way. He didn't get necessarily all the fanfare that Grant Hill did on the way in, but it's just something a little bit different about a player who's had to get it out the dirt. And seeing him right now, you want to see these trends continue. I hope that he gets everything he deserves and more. Not just the accolades, but the things that bring the accolades. He said it. It's the winning.
No, absolutely. It's crazy that a number one pick got to get it out the dirt. Like this guy, he was a number one pick.
It is the Detroit way.
It is. And
it's crazy. Like you said.
And what people consider to be a down year that year, the Pistons, of course, get the number one pick in the draft. But just everything Cade represents is what this city represents, man. And I couldn't be happier to have a guy like that in our locker room, man, going out there hooping every night. He deserves all his flowers. And what better way to launch your brand than, during the All-Star campaign. So shout out to him, man. I think they getting him ready, bro. That signature shoe is on the way.
That signature shoe is on the way. Shout out to our brother, Matthew Broder. Shout out to our brother, that dude, Justin. And you know what, man? Flannel Sam Reynolds. We love you, man. We miss you. We can't wait till you're back. Primarily because we got places to go. We got to follow in the footsteps of James and Williams. But we love you, brother. We love you, bro. For real. Yep. We got Cavassier Chase in the sound booth.
Pastor Cavassier.
What up, though, brother? Good morning. Get your stuff off real quick, man, before we get into some of these clips. I have JB Bickerstaff and Jalen Duren.
What up, though? I mean, it's a great morning. We got Victory Tuesday. Pistons clawed back, down double digits at halftime. But, in Chauncey Billup Hall of Fame night, we ended up getting the dub over his team by 3. And, so just celebration continues.
Hey, let the celebration continue. In just a few stats here, man. It has been a run for the Pistons. And remember when I said I was disappointed about that loss to the Jazz? Last night was one of those ones that I said, you know what? You guys have heard me say this before, those recipe games. That was one of those recipe games for me. And I was like, you know what? If the Pistons are not careful here, this is one that they can drop. And I had to run in last night to do sounds for Heavy, so I knew I was going to be late. And I was on the way in. I hit up wifey like, man, I can't believe they're actually getting popped like this right now. But something tells me they're going to turn this one around. I think they know what this is, what all this means to be able to climb back to 500, 18 and 18, and be able to effectively reset your season. They moved up another spot in the postseason positioning, and the teams ahead of them, as in the Magic, we don't know when their stars are coming back.
That's
and
true.
Mo Wagner's gone for the year. Jalen Suggs just got injured as well, got back tightness and flaring up. And then you're still talking about Paolo and Franz. Are they going to be good? Then you got Miami Heat. They are going to be dismantling things. So the Pistons, they know what they have in front of them. And I was disappointed. And I think that they were too, because since that Utah Jazz loss on December 19th, the Detroit Pistons have a record of 7-1. Wow. Cade Cunningham since then has averaged 26 points, 9.1 assists, 4.6 rebounds. Those teams that they've played, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the only loss was there? The NBA title contending Denver Nuggets. But they beat, and this is in order, this is how it went. They beat the Phoenix Suns, beat the Lakers, beat the Kings, lost to Denver, beat Orlando, beat the Hornets, beat Minnesota, beat Portland. And you know what the theme of this was? They were able to find ways to play up to the level of competition, and they were also able to do something different than they've done in the past. And that, honestly, is handle things. Handle your business. Beat those teams that you're supposed to beat, especially in these late game situations. JB Smooth, if we can hear from one Jalen Duren.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
That you guys are putting in the work on the court, but can you just speak to the impact of JB Bickerstaff last year? Some of these close games weren't ones that you guys pulled out, but this year, underneath JB Bickerstaff, you guys are off to a better start.
Yeah, he's a great coach. Just in terms of not even just X and O's, but just getting the message across. Relating to players, I feel like he's a guy who you can talk to. He's a guy who understands, who wants to kind of hear both sides, and he's a motivator. He's a great coach. So I've loved playing under him. Like you said, he makes the right calls, the right plays, and you see, our record reflects it. So, I feel like we're not going to say it to it, but Coach of the Year candidate for sure in my eyes. So I'm excited.
Thank you.
Man, look, when he said that at the end, that got everybody's ears kind of perked up. That coach developing and learning, and you're hearing it from hundreds of thousands of fans on a nightly basis on your ups and downs. You need a leader of men.
Yep.
And JB Bickerstaff has proven to not just be a leader of men, but you heard Jalen Duren. this is consistent with what they said in the beginning. He's made the information clear for us. We understand. Now I get where to be. And that's why I do believe we see this percolation out of Jalen Duren over the last 8 games as well. Man. He's been hooping. That's where I told you, in the absence of Jaden Ivey, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren, and just Cade Cunningham saying, I don't give a heck, bro. Just period. That's the combination, and as they've continued to win without Jaden Ivey, that's been the combination that's helped the Pistons step up.
No, but we needed to see it first. And, when you said that, I didn't think you were wrong by any means, but it was just the consistency to that point. Exactly.
We should be able to rely on it, but could we?
And we've seen it from Tobias in the past, but we really needed to see it out of Duren. And shout out to him, man. He's been really putting on for the city these last few games, man. Really going out there, giving it his all on the defensive end, making buckets too, man. He's crashing the boards, being aggressive. That's the type of Jalen Duren that you want to see go out there and hoop, man. And Tobias Harris too, man. You got to give him credit. 17 points last night, 2 of 3 from the 3-point range, and it seems like he's being a little more patient, but it's working for his efficiency. Yep. His efficiency has been spot on the last 3 to 4 games. Got to give him a shout out. And like I said, this is what you were paid to come in here and do. Make shots when you're called upon to make shots. And just be a leader for this team, man. But back to JB Bickerstaff. When you think about it and just how this season is trending so far, it's not a surprise to me. No. He should absolutely have his name in the Coach of the Year candidacy at this point. And I know it's still early, but JB was somebody that was brought in that we thought could just stabilize the ship. But now we're seeing that as they buy in more and more, he's a guy that can come in and actually change your culture.
Look, from the beginning, though, remember, we covered it. We can roll back the tapes. I was telling you guys about those early press conferences. I was like, that guy's a coach's coach.
Yeah.
I was ready to go out there and lace him up. We talked about the music, how people are like, whoa, is there music in there?
Look at something as simple as that.
As simple as that. And the players, you see them in there. It's a different vibe in the way that he jokes with them, the way that he's laughing with them. It doesn't feel so draconian. It just feels like the basketball that I grew up with, the camps and the fun, and you're learning. They're going to be tough on you, but it's that tough love. That to me is what it was. Remember when I told you guys about what we get to witness as it relates to the players and their individual workouts? Jalen Duren last year, it was the same stuff. You go through the motions, you make your layup. This year, I see these people trying to frustrate him and trying to make him mad. And I'm going to get that video maybe tomorrow for Woodward Pistons where he goes up for the layup and they foul him and he's like, man, what the heck? And I'm like, oh, they really getting physical with him. The next play, dang, dunk that mug. And it was just that's what I want.
That's the response that you want to see.
That's the response that you want to see. And you know what? Shout out to the vets and shout out to, at about 4.5 minutes left to go. You know what? Let's hear from JB Bickerstaff. There was an interesting lineup combination he went with. And honestly, I think I like it. Let's talk about it with JB Bickerstaff.
And with about 4 minutes left, you went with the lineup of Cade, Duren, and the 3 vets. Can you just speak to the impact that they had on this game? Not just coming back, but in the closing moments as well.
Well, that's where experience matters. And being so comfortable with those veteran guys that they understand what it's going to take in that moment to get the job done. And then having guys, like Cade and JD who have experienced those things this year and have been able to find success in it. Those guys have been in lineups where we've closed games, so knowing exactly where we need to be, what our sets are, how we execute them, and then what we need to do defensively to get stops. Just confident in those guys that they've learned who they are and how to play with one another, and they were able to get it done.
Hey, dog, anybody else ready to go lace them up?
Oh, you right now?
Let's go. Ready. Let's go. Let's go. And it's when you look over and you see Kevin Burleson, yes, brother of Nate Burleson, when you see Luke Walton, when you go to the practice and you see Jamel McMillan, and there are others, Jared Jack.
Yep.
There are others.
Hell of a staff.
I'm sorry. I forget Fred Vinson.
Yep. Hell of a staff.
This one, man, goodness gracious. And they are doing their thing. And you know what? Like I said, all-star that man, Cade Cunningham. The most impressive thing during the Pistons run, 112 opponent points per game given up. One of the better points per game averages in the league during that span. So the Detroit Pistons are really starting to understand and learn principles. And last night's win, the reason why I thought the recipe was a little off, no Jaden Ivey and Asar Thompson late scratch as well. So this team still, that's what I'm saying, gutsy in character. And that's what drew my attention to that closing lineup with the vets and Cade and Duren. They played valuable minutes down the stretch, man. So
absolutely.
Shout out to the Pistons. You guys, vote for Cade Cunningham to make this All-Star game. Get down to LCA and support these Pistons. And you know what I heard last night? Cade Cunningham chants. I did. So
Yeah.
let's get that going more. And you know
They've
what?
been packing the
Shame
place
on
out,
you
though.
people who are chanting Jared Goff while Malik Beasley was shooting free throws.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I got the video of it.
You can't do that.
No, I get about if you want to chant Jared Goff while the opponent is doing it, sure. But like, why are we doing it? They're all decked out in Lions gear.
I mean, the Lions are they a revelation right now. I mean, Aaron Glenn was at the game last night as
I got
well.
the vid.
Yeah, shout out Aaron Glenn, man. But people have been coming down to the LCA, man. Like if you've watched the last few games, like they packing that place out.
Mm-hmm.
Keep supporting your Pistons, bro. You see the Lions players coming down there supporting the team, man, and it's a.
I am a first-generation student, and I found my home at Heidelberg.
Possible for this basketball team, man, especially in the East that seems to be deteriorating.
Hey, listen, like I told you guys every year, I set a first win total in the beginning, 28-30. When we get to the 30 game
My
mark,
35
every year,
looking good.
It might be under.
Yeah.
You might undersold too. I'm just
Yeah.
sitting there looking at what they can do right now. And it is. I've told people, I said on another stream too, that KG, he was bullish on this thing.
I
and
was.
you know what?
Spenny
They're
put
there.
money on it.
And now, I'm telling you right now, the floor is the play-in. And I believe I'm going to continue. I moved it up before I said play-in. I'm going to see another week or two of this. We look at the All-Star break. This team might have to go up there and snag a top 6 spot.
And that's what it is, because I'm not ready still to change my expectations just yet.
Not
but
yet.
if they continue on this pace, you
They're
have
still
to make the playoffs. Like, there is no other option. I think everybody in that locker room knows that as well. That's supposed to be their mission going forward, just based on how they've improved this year. Chase, what you got,
I was
man?
gonna say, why don't we just call the play-in wild card like we do in every other sport?
Yeah,
Like-
that's a good point. That's a good
Because
point.
I'm a beat reporter, I have to call it the postseason play-in.
Right.
I wouldn't hate
represent
it as much. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I despise the play-in. But if they called it the wild card, I could tolerate it a little bit more.
I trust me.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
feel you. You know what? We got to get into Detroit Lions, you guys. We obviously a big win for them, but we wanted to make sure we gave the Detroit Pistons some just due attention. But we got to talk about something, okay? I got I think 4 or 5 of the wildest statements just since the Detroit Lions have won the NFC. All right. We got to go over these statements from national pundits who are
Switching up now.
They are. It's a switch up after a switch up after a
They
switch
done
up.
flipped the switch.
Because this is crazy. You know what? We'll talk about it. What friends do we got to say what up though to? Because we got a lot more on the way. We got audio from Dan Campbell, and we got to break down so much more about these Detroit Lions. Highlight guys like Jameer Gibbs and Alex Anzalone as well. So let's say what up though to our friends at Planet Fitness. Man.
Absolutely, man. It's still the best deal in the gym game today. Planet Fitness, man. It's a new year. How about you make a new you, man? And it's no